The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. Welcome to the Nikki Glaser Podcast. It's Wednesday. It is, I thought we were going to have a pre-recorded episode today, but no, guys, I'm going to Mexico today. I forgot what time I'm leaving. I don't look at my day until the night before of what the next day holds for me. And today it held for me starting the day off with a podcast, which is going to be great because I'm going to feel accomplished. I'm going to go to a therapist after this and then off to Cancun. And I have 2 flights. I'm going to sleep the whole time. I might give Andrew my business class seat because I just find that I cannot sleep comfortably. Oh, poor baby can't sleep comfortably in business. Yeah, it's just like too cozy, and like they keep offering me like hot towels and cocoa, and it's annoying, and free money. I'm just like, I have enough. Get it out of here. No, it's just on some of these flights, they don't have like a really nice business class. I mean, if you can lay horizontally, there's nothing better. No, have you ever been on a flight where you could lay flat?
Oh my gosh, the best.
It is insane how great it is. I'm so sorry to those of you who haven't experienced it. You will someday. I believe that for you. I may never again, but boy, is it just a delight. You just have a bed. There's nothing like it. But I will say, let's say that's a 10 out of 10 experience on a flight, right? And I think that there are even better ones that I haven't discovered that are like, you know, your own private room on a plane. Like, I think some of those, like Korean Air really treats you nice. You get like an apartment and a masseuse, and like, it can be way better than what I've experienced. But then I would say it falls down pretty, like there's a 10 out of 10. Then we go to like a business class, and as long as I can recline, it goes horizontal, and then between that and anywhere else in between that, I don't want it. I either want horizontal or I want coach. I do not want the in between because I just enjoy curling up in a little ball next to the window. And so I might give Andrew. But Andrew always gets an aisle, so he's probably on the aisle in coach, which I'm not gonna take. But maybe I can take his aisle seat, switch him up to business class, and then I have to bargain with someone to switch because a lot of people like aisles. But I just love curling up next to a window, and I would rather have that than these seats. There's something so maddening to me about paying more for something less comfortable. How do you like to be on a plane, Noah?
Definitely like the window, but I've been opting
like
for
to look out it or to lean.
Lean. And then you got me that turtle neck brace thing that's a pillow.
Yes, it does look like a neck brace.
So now I don't mind the aisle because I can like stretch my legs out and have a place to put my head with that thing.
I forgot about my turtle. I have that in the other room. I should bring that just in case of tragedy.
In case your neck breaks.
Yes, in case I get whiplash on the tarmac. I can't wait to sleep on this plane. I just love it because, although everyone knows there's Wi-Fi on planes now and you can be in touch with people, you always have the chance that your Wi-Fi could be down. And then you have the excuse of like, I'm in space, like I cannot talk. And not that I would ever lie about my Wi-Fi being down if it's not. Like if someone was like, why weren't you responding to these emails? I wouldn't say the Wi-Fi was down, but I would say I'm on a plane and they could just take it from there. And, it's so funny that the only time when you can be really inaccessible to people and it be okay is like at night between the hours of like, 9 and 9, which is a big swath of time. I feel it's pretty good. But other than that, during the day, we used to have times where we didn't have to, we were either we were away from the phone, we were away from our desk. You used to just leave your desk or office and like no one could get in touch with you. And the secretary would like take notes. So you just had to stay in your office, I guess. all day? Like, were people tethered to their desks and their phones the way we are, of like just needing to be in touch? It's so wild that I can't even fathom what it used to be like.
I mean, at what age did you have your first job? What year? About
10th grade, I think. What about you?
I guess like my real first job was maybe at 18, 17,
Like,
18.
But it's even just not even jobs. It's like people being in touch with you, you know, friends, anyone. I was at the dentist with my dad the other day. I took him to for a dental surgery thing, and we were talking to the surgeon, and my dad's getting anesthesia for his he's having teeth pulled. He has some dead teeth, and you know, and bone loss and stuff. My dad is such a healthy person, and like has always flossed every day. Like, my dad just, health comes easy to him. He's very much like Kirsten, where he's just like, I just like whole grains, and they're delicious, and I love flossing. It feels good. Like, Kirsten likes flossing. Kirsten loves putting in her Invisalign. Kirsten loves washing out her Invisalign. Kirsten loves stretching in the morning and like a big glass of water. She loves meditating. She loves everything Kirsten loves is things other people are just like, ugh. And she just likes it. But my dad is that way, and he is, but you know, age creeps up on you and things start to deaden, and he's having 3 teeth removed. He's getting anesthesia. You know, he's going under. He's going down to Australia to have his teeth pulled. And I had 8 teeth pulled when I was a tot, like 8th grade, for my goddamn braces. There's something that happened in St. Louis where all the orthodontists were just taking all the kids' teeth out to make room for braces. Because also another guy, Lewis Howes, you know Lewis? He's like he has a podcast. He's a self-help guy. He's also from St. Louis, and he recently got veneers or something, new teeth, because he was from St. Louis and had too many teeth removed for braces. And I had 8 teeth pulled, and I did not go under anesthesia. And I go, Dad, why just do local? Like, just, it'll numb you out. Put on some headphones that have white noise so you can't hear the clunking and you know, they're grunting as they pull. So, and then close your eyes. Because I asked the doctor how long the procedure was, 5 to 10 minutes. I'm like, you're going to go under for a 5 to 10 minute procedure? Like, just grin and bear it. But don't grin too hard because you got to have your mouth open. But like, if you had 3 teeth pulled, Noah, at the dentist, would you want to go completely out?
I'm going through this exact same thing right now. I have to have 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled.
Oh.
And I'm nervous as fuck.
I think wisdom teeth you go under, right?
Well, I don't know. So my dentist just told me, like, no, first you make a consultation and they tell you what the possibilities are. Just let them know what your concerns are, what you're afraid of. Because I thought
Why
you
did
just
you
go
never
in.
have them pulled before? I feel like that's something you get done in your 20s. It's never happened?
The dentist who told me to have them pulled was like 2 years ago, and I was like committed to doing it, and then COVID hit.
Right.
So I just was like, okay, well now this is my excuse to delay it.
Yes.
And I just have to
Why
get
do you have to get them pulled? What happens? They just start.
Okay, so we'll get a little technical. There's like pockets in the gums because of the way that they're growing, and food and like plaque gets stuck in there.
And then bacteria and infections and bone loss and all the things.
Yeah.
Got it. So you're going to have your
scared.
wisdom teeth pulled. When are you doing it?
I don't know. I'm so scared. I have to do it, but I'm so scared. I'm so scared of it.
It does suck. I remember I remember my recovery wasn't bad at all, but I remember some friends having, you know, like they can get impacted and like you look like a chipmunk for several days. And yeah, my dad just doesn't want to hear the, like, he doesn't want to feel, like, he doesn't want to be awake while they're pulling teeth. And I get it because it's so like visceral, but there's like, I don't know, whenever you have your mouth numb, it doesn't feel like anything. It feels like you just feels like there's someone. It doesn't feel I don't feel attachment to my mouth when it's numb. And I don't know, I'm just very soothed by the dentist. I love it. It just makes me feel like no one can, that's it. No one can get to me. Like,
That's so
if you're having dental work done, no one everyone hates the dentist so much. I don't. But like, oh my God, I'm sitting on my mom's just kidding.
Just kidding.
I'm like, why am I hearing my mom's voice coming from my ass?
Oh, Julie.
I just feel I couldn't believe that my dad was just such a pussy. I mean, like, I was just like, oh, 5 minutes? You got to go under? I feel bad. I kind of bullied him. I'm like, Dad, just come on. Because I got 8 teeth pulled and I got a root canal without, like, just put up with it. It's not, you get numb and it hurts to get the shot to get numb, but it doesn't hurt that bad. You can handle it. But I guess some people just like have a lot of anxiety about the dentist. But I just love it because no one can be, if you're having tooth surgery or any tooth stuff, no one talks. No, everyone knows you are off limits. And when you're in the dentist chair with your mouth open, staring at the ceiling, there are no expectations on you. You are as good as dead to the world. Like, truly, no one expects you to do anything. No one would be like, you're a bad mom if your like daughter was like drowning and you were like, the dentist. Like, they'd be like, oh, that's fine. Like, let her drown. Like, you're at the dentist. Like, it's a one time, aside from being like in a coma, that no one expects anything of you. And I love it. You know, like when that's why I like airplanes. That's why I like mine shafts. That's why I like dentists. And because airplanes, you like have to be on. Like, I had to go on it. If you're like in, I'm trying to think of if you're in a movie, that's your choice. You're doing that for you. Like, I have such, I always have to, you know, this is a running theme in my life that I have to go through, struggle to reward myself with anything. To have time off from work, I must be getting a root canal. What does that say about me? I need a vacation. But the thing is, I don't enjoy vacations. I'm actually going to Cancun and I'm working the whole goddamn time. But it's fun work. That's why I chose fun work, because I knew in order for me to feel like deserving of a life and pleasure and rest, I have to work, therefore, all the time. Therefore, try to make work fun. I think that was probably my reasoning in choosing this job. But I read the synopsis for the first episode of Squid Game, and I gotta be honest with you, I cannot wait to get back to reading about Squid Game. Like, I'm not watching Squid Game, but I am just as obsessed with what happens next in Squid Game from the vulture.com recaps as anyone would be watching it. I think this is my new thing, dude. I think I'm going to play a game where I read episode recaps of entire seasons, and then I go toe-to-toe with Andrew, who has seen the shows.
Oh, my God.
And we find out who knows more, who, like, grasps the show more, who has more appreciation for the show. And I understand that I will be missing out visually on, you know, the cinematography and things like that. However, I will supplement with materials like visual materials. Like, for instance, I read the Squid Game first episode description, and they were talking about the weird like doll like figure that like gives the rules for the game, or like the weird doll. There's some like doll that like oversees the game. And I'm like, what does this doll look like? I can't get a good enough description I can't picture it from even though vulture.com has the best television recaps, in my opinion, especially for the Bachelor in Paradise franchise. This girl named Allie Barthwell does Bachelor in Paradise recaps. Even if you don't like the show and have never even heard of it, check out one of her recaps. They're so funny. I wrote her and was like, you're one of my favorite writers. I was cracking up because just such a good writer. And but anyway, I went and looked at the doll just to see what it looked like. And boy, Squid Game is good. I love this dark shit, but I don't want to see it. But I do want to, because someone told me about the first episode and about what happens in that first scene. Tell us about the first episode, the red light, green light.
Yeah, he told us on the podcast the other day.
That's my problem. I was about to tell you the whole first episode, and Andrew already told us. That's what got me into it, but I was like, you know what? I got to read it for myself. And I read it this morning at breakfast. I am so excited to get on the plane today and sit down and read the rest of Squid Game. And then I just realized it's like reading a book. What am I? I'm like, you know what? Sometimes reading can really be as good as TV. It's like, yeah, idiot. That's what a book is called. Like, I'm honestly, I just reverse discovered books, you guys. Like, all they did was hire someone good, a good writer to write what they saw on TV. And, like, you know, much like books can become great TV shows. Maybe Squid Game was a book. I don't know. But I think I got to read books again because instead of vulture recaps. Oh, my God. Are you watching anything on TV, Noah?
No. I'm really not.
Are you reading a book? Are you reading any TV?
I think I'm just like, no, I'm just like being very boring these days. I just have to take care of shit.
Do you listen? What are you doing for entertainment?
We just, I mean,
music.
I've
podcasts.
Like, we have citrus trees, so I've like been learning about how to take care of citrus trees. Like that's where I am in life right now.
Oh, that's cool. So what do? You like Google citrus tree stuff?
Google books. Like I'll go to the bookstore and just like parse through some books.
Cutie. Oh my God. You're living like that's like 1997 life.
I want to take me back, Nikki.
That is so cute that you go to the bookstore and are just like, just like picking a book and like doing the thing where you like claw it with your finger and you're like, like you looking through books is ASMR for me. I want to like hear that recorded.
Okay,
of you going,
I'll FaceTime you next time.
and then you like slowly page through it. Honestly, that would be a great ASMR. Let's get Andrew in here. We got to jet off to Cancun pretty soon here. Cancun soon. Andrew. There you go.
Perfect.
Is that one of your hats?
Well, it's my vacation hat. We're going to Mexico. Mucho
baba.
gusto.
Wait, are you really going to wear that around the resort?
Yeah.
I love it.
I was thinking about our live podcast. We're not going to have headphones on. Even so, be similar to this.
That's true. I mean, I don't know what we're getting ourselves into. I mean, the live podcast alarms me. It'll be 2:00 at poolside.
I mean, there's...
But you know what? Alarms me is the wrong word. I don't think about things till we go into them. It's my biggest fault, but I'm just going to wing it.
Look, I think we go, everyone having fun out there? And then 7 people.
Why don't we do an aerobics class? That's what I picture happening poolside. Or like MTV Spring Break.
That's what I want it to be, but I honestly think it'll be about 22 people, sparsely placed around the pool. There'll be a pool bar where more people are going to be paying attention.
People are going to be talking.
People are going to be talking. We're just going to have a conversation. Eventually,
Like
we're
what
just
we
going to
do
go.
anyway.
We're not trying to win you over.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk for a little
Yeah.
while. If you want to listen for the 4 people that are peeing in the shallow end, thank you for listening to us. Because I can't imagine that many people are going to go through customs, go through COVID stuff to get to see us tell dick jokes for 10 minutes. And pussy jokes.
Well, that's not what we do on the podcast. I understand why they would go see stand-up. This podcast, live podcasts are a different beast. Like, they just are.
Yeah.
Like, that's why podcasts are better when they're not live.
By a pool at 2 p.m.
True.
outside.
It'll be fine. We'll make fun of it. We'll have fun. Like, I'm not nervous about it at all. I can't be. I mean, is there anything in your life you're nervous about?
Not really.
That's good.
I try not to get nervous anymore. I try to like be in the moment and worry about it when it happens. It's hard, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also like, unlike you, like if I had like a special to be working for, of course I'd be. Not to make you nervous, but yeah, of course, like a deadline of some sort like that.
Yes.
That adds a whole different thing, which
Yeah.
it shouldn't, but it does.
Yes, I know. I get. That's where I start to feel guilty because my special is taping it on the 27th, and I don't think about it. When I think about it, I just stop thinking about it. Like my friend came over yesterday and has like some notes that he took during one of my performances that he watched, and he's like, I really want to go through these notes with you, and I'm like, the thing is, like, I don't want to think about it's so it's scary to me, and I'm so nervous. I'm not nervous about it, but I'm so overwhelmed by thinking about it and what it has to be, and like I'd rather wait till the last second, and I just don't want to. I don't want to look at it yet until like the week of, until it's the one thing on my plate that's looming, and it's go time where there's no turning back. Like I always write my best jokes last minute. Everything I do is last minute. Everything.
And you've done enough specials now.
A month out.
Yeah.
23 days out to be like, oh my God, like thinking about it. Even having calls about what I'm going to wear. I'm like, guys, we have 23 days to pick out a fucking outfit. I am not going to have this conversation yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to wear in 23 days. But they're like, Nikki, this is a production. This is actually late for when we're supposed to have. We should have had this conversation 3 months ago. I'm like, why? So they can grow the cotton to make the shirt?
Yeah.
That like, what? I could pick out an outfit the night before and it wouldn't change anything. No offense to my hair and to like my wardrobe people. Wardrobe is important. No one's saying it's not, but I know that we can get it done the week before.
Yeah, you
don't
have a million other things going on.
People love to prepare.
This is their job.
People love to prepare.
But this is their
one thing. It
one
makes them
thing.
feel like they're working. What I do is I make my life filled with things that I can just push till the last second. So I'm constantly doing things that have been pushed to the last second, and there's no prep before any of them, because prep is just bullshit that makes people feel like they're doing work and they're not, because they only have one job.
Yes.
But if you do a lot of jobs and you just do the amount of work that is actually necessary, you can make more money, you can do more things instead of just like some people just love.
Okay, but what's the difference, between preparation and working hard? Because
I know, maybe I'm just making an argument for my system, which is procrastination.
No, because you often say that, I work hard. The best player ever works harder than everyone else.
They do. They don't talk about doing. They do. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't write down notes about. I mean, listen. Yes, I could be a better comedian if I sat down with my notes every day. That's doing. I'm talking about like a call about doing.
Yes.
And then a call about the call about doing.
Yes.
And a call about the. I'm so sick of calls.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of anything that can be done in an email. I mean, this isn't the first this is being said. There are so many meetings that happen because people need to justify their fucking existence at a company and their position. Meetings do not need, they can be texts, they can be emails. So few things need to be a call. So many times, how often are you on a meeting or a Zoom meeting with people and it's just 10 minutes of small talk until someone finally goes,
all right, so let's get into it.
Okay, so there goes 10 minutes of just bullshit where literally nothing interesting happens.
Let's do a business meeting.
No interesting information.
Let's
right
do
now.
like we're a company.
Let's prep for the podcast right now.
I was thinking that we sell like
this is a call that doesn't happen though, because we don't run
but
stuff
let's
like
say
that.
like if we were doing a call about the podcast tomorrow.
All right. So
And by the way, this happens all the time for other podcasts. They might be better than ours. So maybe this will help us. But here's what I'm doing. I'm making the preparation part of the job.
Yes.
I'm fitting in. So now I'm making.
It's inside the podcast.
This isn't wasting my time.
No.
Because this is the job.
Yes.
Okay. And let's just try to, and you know what? We have to keep it entertaining. Thus, it makes it fun for us. So even if this conversation was happening outside the podcast, it wouldn't be this fun.
Yes.
So I'm amping up the fun of a thing because I'm making it part of the job.
Yes.
Let's be honest. We don't want to see the Friends writers' room while we're making. But
only
actually,
like one scene.
I do want to
like,
see the behind the scenes of Friends. That should be a show. Make a show of the prep. That's why I'm going to do
Larry
this.
Sanders show.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. So
You're calling this meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Noah, are you on? Is she? I can't really see her. Is she on?
Oh, oops.
think
I'm
Noah's
sorry.
on.
I was on mute. I'm here.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Noah.
How's it going? How are you?
Good. What's going on with
I like
you?
that sweater.
Like that hat.
Is it hot where you are?
It's Arizona. Yeah.
Oh, so probably.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
probably
it's
hot.
great.
It's probably hotter
it's
than
great
here
weather.
then.
Nice.
It's cold here today
Yeah.
than usual.
Oh, I haven't even been outside yet.
Yeah, it's 45.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
real
wow.
cold. I had to
My
wear 2
God,
layers.
I just hate you. It comes on so quickly, the cold.
yeah.
It just like out of nowhere.
What about
it
the
feels like
heat?
you don't even get any like kind of break in between like it's unbearably hot and then cold.
Okay, but yeah, so what you want to talk about the podcast? Or not?
We got to it a little fast, I think.
Oh,
the
we
small
could've-
talk could have kept going, I think, for another 20 minutes.
Did you guys go to Starbucks this morning?
Yes.
Okay, good,
Oh my
good.
gosh, got the regular. Love it. Love my Starbucks.
Oh my God. Oh, there was a crazy thing that happened at Starbucks today.
Oh, we can't even get into it.
No, let me tell you.
Do you want to tell her?
Oh my God. So
Wait, hold on, you guys. I'm gonna quickly just like let the dog out.
Yeah, let the dog out.
I gotta
I'll-
go grab a
sure.
package.
I'll talk to
we
Noah
got all
about
the
something else
time.
before we get into it.
Can you? Is it cool if I just hit?
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm gonna take about 30 seconds to ask if it's cool that I take another 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then when I take that 30 seconds, I'm gonna come back and thank you guys for another 30 seconds about taking the 30 seconds. So I'm
Don't-
actually gonna add a minute to the 30 seconds instead of
Completely
just doing
cool.
5 seconds.
So cool.
Okay.
So we're at Starbucks. This is wild.
What?
The guy writes my name. I say Andrew. He writes down dumb
You just hear a
fuckface.
gunshot from the other room.
He wrote down dumb fuckface.
No.
And I was like, that's not my name.
Actually, that would be a very cool anecdote for a Zoom meeting.
It is. Are you back from the dog yet?
Yeah. No. Did you hear? I blew my head off in the next room.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
even
there's the
didn't
sound of
even
a
listen.
gunshot.
Should we keep going on though?
I mean,
With your lifeless body?
yeah, I'm sure it was nothing.
She's the host of the Zoom meeting, so it can't end until she ends
Oh
it.
yeah, it can't
Just
end.
stuck.
It might expire because I didn't pay the $4.99 a month or whatever. Okay, so guys,
Yes.
let's get down to it. All right. So we're going to Mexico.
Wow.
Yes.
So excited. I got suntan lotion.
Okay. Okay. So we're thinking so it's going to be. We already know all the things that are happening because we all got an email about where it's going to be and what time. Okay. So let's just like talk about that time again. So it's going to be at 2:00.
Okay.
So we'll probably get there.
That's
even though we
early.
all know that you generally get somewhere about 15 minutes before, or like we could probably
gonna be a
text
sound
about
check.
the time to arrive. Let's
forget.
just talk about again like when the show is. It's at 2.
Okay, 2 p.m.
Okay, and
PM.
then we are going to talk about when we should arrive, which is like probably a half hour before. You know what? I might like bring my makeup there.
Okay.
That's the thing you guys like don't need to know, but it fills up some time in this meeting to make me feel like I did something today.
Should I wear sandals or shoes?
I feel like our shoes gonna be seen on the video. Noah, can we check? Can you send an email real quick and then we will
Yeah,
just
will you
wait
double
for a
back?
response?
It's going
Oh,
to be
no.
seen. You're gonna
How
need a
about you
cabana.
text the person that has the info
Okay.
about that, and then we wait for a response like you're about to get it, and you'll go, hold on, he's writing back. Oh wait, no, that's
She's writing
actually they're
now.
not writing back. Actually, I'll just wait. I'll let you guys know when he writes me back.
Okay. Let us
You know how when that happens during a meeting?
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
When they go, let me just call him right now, and then you just I'll have to listen to it ringing, and
Mm-hmm.
then you go, you know what? I'll just when he writes me back, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Which you should have done in the first place.
So I think shoes.
So let's so we're gonna talk.
Yes. I say we open
Will
up
the sun be out at 2? I'm just wondering what the situation will be. Do we have the
sunglasses.
Yeah, okay. So there's gonna be sun. There's gonna be
You're gonna
water
be
in the
shaded.
pool.
You're going to be shaded.
Now it's like a spring break vibe. Should we have a beach ball? Should we have anything like fun pool related that we can play around with the audience, or do we just keep it more what we usually do? I mean, I don't know how we should go about this. Should it be
love
party
the
time?
idea of a beach ball. I love it.
Oh.
Oh my god, a beach ball.
Oh,
I love it.
oh, thanks.
Oh my god. I have the craziest story about a beach ball, but I can't even.
Oh my God.
But that
Shelve
reminds
it.
me of a thing.
Shelve it.
Okay, I'll shelve it. We'll have another meeting about that.
Guys,
Sweet.
there's only 5 minutes left in this Zoom meeting.
Okay. Well, I think we accomplished a lot.
Yeah, I feel like more confident.
Let's wrap this up. And when I say that, I mean let's talk for about 30 more minutes.
Yes, for
About
sure.
And then after that, we're gonna close it with like just some general bullshit again. Maybe kind of referencing things we talked about in the beginning, and then we'll sign off the meeting and go, ugh. And then I'll make my 8th bowl of oatmeal for the day
I mean, that sounds fantastic.
and
Actually,
shove it down my face in.
Can I just go over some numbers real quick?
Almost like a
Do you mind?
hurtful
Numbers.
way,
Do you
burning
mind
my
if
mouth.
I go over some numbers?
Yeah, I'd love. What are some of the
So
numbers?
an average podcast is about an hour and 4 minutes,
Sure.
give or take.
Yeah.
-4 +6. And, you know, a lot of people, what they don't understand is that the attention span of a regular listener is only about 42 minutes. So if you take 42 divided by an hour, which is 64 minutes, you're looking at, you know, not a great
You're looking at
percentage.
a couple numbers that
For sure. So then if you take that, you subtract actually advertising, which is another 5-6 minutes. You're not...
don't forget download speeds.
Download speed, especially if you're still on AOL and you have that
Sure.
old school computer. It's going to be
And
tough.
retention rates and the drop-off effect.
Not to mention now these people listening are going to be in water. They're going to be swimming. They're going to be in the shallow, then deep end, then
I'm really
maybe
glad
back
we
in
had
the
this
shallow.
meeting.
So I'm just saying that it's going to be harder than you think. So when you run the numbers, plus the pool, minus the attention span, times how long the podcast goes for, you're going to realize that this is going to be difficult. But I really feel like we're going to be able to accomplish it with the beach ball. Thank you very much.
On this note
Yes.
of like so I recently got an offer for like a commercial kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's actually a, you know, I get these every so often, and this one is actually like a cause I believe in. You can maybe guess what it's about, and it's about me. It's about
Whoa.
anal sex.
Oh.
It's just anal lubes.
Interesting.
Vegan anal lubes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Edible?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it taste like actual
It's
hamburger?
drinkable. You have to drink it. Yeah, it's the impossible anal lube.
Can you imagine? I want to
like
make an
meat.
anal lube vegan that tastes exactly
Dude,
like
I
an
had
asshole.
Impossible burger crumbles yesterday on top of my salad.
Yeah, great.
Holy fuck.
Ugh.
Dude, it's no joke. It's so good. You know, like I know someone who has made this point, so I'm kind of stealing this point, but I think vegan meat brands and stuff do themselves a disservice when they compare themselves. Like, it tastes just like chicken. Like, it doesn't need to.
Do
It
your
can be
own
a
lane.
different taste.
Yeah.
It doesn't invalidate that it's it could be better, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't need to, because when you start doing that, that's when the meat eaters are like, it doesn't taste the same, and then they go, fuck it, and then they're like, they convince themselves that it's terrible because of, you know, it's trying to be this thing that, whatever. So
What's the commercial?
I can't say yet because I mean they offered it, but it might not work with my schedule. But it's a vegan kind of it's a vegan meat. And I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to do it if I get to do it. But it might not work for my schedule. But they give you all these terms and like what you need to do socially, what's going to be required of you, like based on the hours. And then they're like, it's this many hours of shooting in this amount of time span. Like they're like 5 hours of shooting in an 8-hour window. Mm-hmm. So that means like it could be 3 hours here and then 2 hours, 4 hours later, whatever. And then that doesn't include glam, which is another 2 hours. So, and then they were like, and then you need to have a call about being a brand ambassador and like what that means and how. And the call, they even say the call is going to be a 60-minute call. And so, whenever someone gives you an offer in this business, which I did not know, I just would take any. If I didn't have agents, I would just go, yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, story of my life.
But the thing is, they lowball you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Like, yeah. I think people are like earnestly, it's a good amount of money, but I was like, oh my God, we can get more. Like, it's just, I don't have the time for it. So for me to do it, it has to be like Squid Game money, So, they're going to murder me if I don't.
For 40 billion yen.
Yeah. So but they came back with another offer and they cut the prep call down to 30 minutes. And I go, are they going to talk faster? Like, first of all, like, why did we need to have an hour if the prep call could have been 30 minutes? Why wasn't it initially? Like, what do they get? I understand they get more material from me if we do 6 hours of shooting and now we whittled it down to 4. So they're doing something that is of disservice to them because they would get more content out of me with 6.
It's your time. They're guaranteeing themselves an hour of your time.
Exactly, but they're in that 60 minutes where they're teaching me about the brand and about talking points and stuff. I know that maybe they can get more information out in that time that I can then go and I have to do interviews and stuff about this and do press, which I would be happy to do because I believe in the product. But if they can get it in 30 minutes, why aren't all meetings what they could be? Why do we
want more for their money?
If hairstylists can do a job in 2 hours, why don't we do it in 2 hours instead of 6?
Listen, though, are they offering the same amount of money and saying that you have to do less time?
More money.
And do less time?
Yes.
So did you counter that you want a shorter?
Yes, we countered. We want more money and less amount of time.
Okay.
And we got it.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it was that doesn't interest me like in terms of like
because
my point is the only thing that interests me is the call that I'm having with the executives that has nothing to do with content they get. It's just teaching me about the brand. If you can do that call, if you come back to me and say we've shortened that call to 30 minutes, what they've just done there is cut down on the bullshit. They've cut out, "Hi Nikki,
yes,
I watched F-Boy Island." Like they're cutting. Let's cut that from every meeting. Let's just get down to brass tacks. And if you actually like someone, take it offline and have a conversation about.
Where did they take that half hour out of, though? So then they
took that half hour out of my prep call.
I understand that, but then you wanted shorter, probably film time.
Yeah,
shorter.
They took those down too, from
Everything
6 hours to 4 hours.
From 6 to 4.
Yeah.
Did they keep anything almost the same?
No.
They cut everything
everything.
About
my social posts went down. Okay. My number of interviews I have to do went down. Everything went down. Money went up, and that is the beauty of show business and having agents. That's why you have agents. That's why they take 10% of every dime I make. And then my manager takes another 10% of every dime I make. And then my lawyer takes 5% of every dime I make. 25, I didn't know this, 25% of my income before taxes. Bye.
So long.
And then after that, so whenever I make a check and I see that check, I go, "So long, 45%. I just kiss it goodbye." I even slice it in half.
So I guess they got to, your agent and manager need to make more than, they got to ask for 20% more of what you originally were offered to make them worth anything.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, essentially what they got me was their money.
Yeah.
But that's my money.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
that's actually money to me. So, and I'm never one of those people that's like, I have to give 25% off. Like, I'm saying that kind of shocked because I've never really looked into it. And for the first time ever this year, I got the courage to ask my business manager, "How much do my managers and lawyers take, by the way?" I've never known. And they've been I've had a manager and agent taking money for, over 10 years. And I've always been like, do they take 20% each? Or like, I don't know numbers. And you're a big numbers guy. You even wanted to go over them in our Zoom meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I could go over your agent's numbers real quick. I mean, 10% over about 10 years, that's perpetuity, which I don't know if you know that word.
Can I know
you
it from
actually
Shark
do
Tank.
know that word? Oh.
Yeah, but I do want to say I love my managers and agents. They've made me more money than they've taken from me for sure. And so is my business manager. He's a very good person. My lawyer is a snake, but that's why I love him, because he fights for me. And he's the one that famously, when I was crossing the street in Montreal going to dinner with him at the Just for Laughs Festival in 2014, he saw a bus coming. Like, I was going to dinner with my lawyer, Lev Ginsberg, who I truly love, but there was a bus coming, and it looked like I was getting too close to it. So he was like, whoa, Nikki, yeah, and he kind of held me back, like, don't even try to cross yet. You're gonna get hit. And I go, Lev, that's so sweet. And he goes, no, it's not about you. You're money to me.
Hilarious.
He was like, you're my daughter's swim lessons. And I was like, that's what he's saying. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what he's saving. He's like, you're my wife's, Pilates instructor for a year.
I'm sure in 10 years he'll be like, no, just keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm done
please,
talking to
it's
you.
too hard to let you go personally. But I will say that last night before we get to the news, my manager, it was the best thing that has ever been said to me, complimentary wise, from my manager. And he says a lot of nice things, and he's just one of the nicest guys and such a champion of mine. But yesterday he got me on a call with the woman that sets up all the deal, like she organized the commercial. Like, so there's a group of agents at my agency that get you endorsement deals. And Lauren, he was like, Nikki, we're on the phone with Lauren. Lauren, Here's Nikki, also known as legitimately the busiest woman in show business. And hearing that from my manager who has, you know,
a ton of
Gaffigan, Jim Jeffries.
He said woman.
That's, oh, shit. Okay. Holy shit. You know, I take that back, Alex. I need you to be less specific. The busiest blonde woman named Nikki on this phone call.
Who almost got hit by a bus in 2014.
I think he would have said anything.
Yes, no, it's very
But
nice. It's very nice.
Why was that so validating to hear that I'm busy?
Because
he knows busy. When my mom goes, "You're so busy," I go, "What do you know about busy?" Alex Murray knows busy.
Yeah, he's
and
show
to know that
business.
I'm busy. He knows show business busy, and it was just validating. I needed to hear it from him. I like your shoes. Let's get to the news.
Oh, thanks.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
It's Wednesday, folks. You know what that means. It's Wednesday. I hope you're having all the swells. And if you're not, well, tomorrow's another day.
Just kidding.
Shit. Really invalidated everything. Thanks, manager. Okay, men with golden penis syndrome.
Oh, I've heard about this.
An arrogance that stems from the assumption that a steady supply of females will be sexually interested in them are ruining sex and dating for women. So a study shows that in college, it's 40% is male. And then in New York, like, for example, it's 3-to-1 girl to guy ratio.
What is that about?
I think more females are
This is
born.
college age students, by the way.
So more men aren't going to more women are going to college than men.
I think there's just more women in the United
it's
States
50-50.
than men.
It's always like birth rate is always 50, pretty much around 50, maybe 51 at most, but it's never deviates that much.
I think also potentially women that just graduated college that moved to New York, maybe their parents are more inclined to help them
Felicity
financially.
did just come out on Netflix, and so more girls are just like, I'm going to go to New York. And
But I think it's been that way for a long time in New York City. It could be their
maybe
dad
just
pays for rent.
Sex in the City. It could be cultural things like that. Of like,
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to go to NYU is Felicity.
Oh, I didn't even know that was filmed in New York.
Yeah. Oh, she followed Ben there.
So, yeah, so these guys have, an endless buffet of women, so why end up with just one?
And they're saying that this is creating men to be just rude, kind
Yes.
of dismissive.
Ghosting.
I mean, girls have written me on Instagram. Besties DM me that one in particular was saying that she was talking to a guy on Bumble, and the second she said something that was just like, oh, I'm not interested, or, in a very polite way. And he's like, fat shamed her. I'm just like, why would you ever do that? How could you even, what made me, like, I understand there's people out there like that, but how could this sweet girl who's a fan of the show, she's obviously a smart person and a nice person, be tricked into swiping right on this guy? So he had enough on his profile to indicate that he was a normal person. I mean, this person isn't just swiping blindly right. And that guy that appears like a good person could then fat shame you in your DMs before you even meet him. This kind of, this toot of, I mean, we all know that getting catcalls and you go, fuck you. And they go, I wouldn't want you anyway, fucking slut. And you're like, I'm a slut because I don't want to fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what it is. He probably just added fat there. But, I mean, it was just rejection. And then he was like, well, I'm better than you. My fucking bed's going to explode. Like, fuck you. But the only thing that I think that might be going through his brain is that he's on Bumble. She swiped. She said hello. So, obviously, she's interested, And he's probably thinks, oh, guys will think
it's so sad to have a guy think you're fat and harbor that until they wait for a time, or to think that, or to harbor these thoughts about you that make them feel like you're lesser.
Well, what will
and they're
happen
harboring
is I
it
think
until
guys
a weak
assume
moment.
you're easier because you don't like yourself as much because you're overweight. So therefore, you'll be more willing to fuck the first night.
Honestly, it's the other way around.
Or a
I've
bruised
found.
ego. He
Of
was
course.
rejected.
Yeah.
But I was
Yep.
wondering, have you, I don't know, like if on a date, or like, have you gotten a message on a dating app that was just like, what the hell? Anything that sticks out?
I've gotten a lot of DMs that are just like, why would you ever think you had a shot? Like that I'm almost offended that they think like you're coming to Dayton for one night. You're coming to Columbus for one night. I would love to take you out. And it's a guy that like, first of all, his account is private, but then you see his little picture and it's a guy with like, those dumb glasses that have like a blue tint on them. I don't even know. Like they're like running glasses. And he's like, he just looks like a tool. Like there's nothing about his profile that would look cool. And he's misspelled some things and hasn't made his profile. He's told me nothing about him. Like I would just go, you know what? Yes.
Yeah. So mysterious.
I think they really think that's enough or something, or that they saw one thing where I'm like, I want a boyfriend as like, I was exaggerating.
I've had people offer me money to put me in touch with you. This guy goes, how much is it going to take? And then I read up on his comments, like 3 up. The guy's married.
Yeah.
Like he told me he was married, like 3 comments before that. And then he goes, how much is it going to take? And I was like, I mean,
that's why I'm not
let's
impressed
talk
when people
numbers.
get
That's
married.
why I need an agent.
I just go, you found someone
I need an agent to whore you out.
for 30 minutes of my time. Get it down to 15 and I'll talk.
What if I gave you part of the money and you were in on it? Should I write this guy and be like, $50,000? It'd be so funny. And I'll give you 45.
I mean, there used to be that guy that would offer me just to give me money because he just wanted to give me money.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy?
I mean, it's so hard to say no.
He used to just want to buy me things and like with nothing in return.
Sugar daddy.
In return. But sugar daddies want something in return. They want your company. They want you to go to dinner with them, even most likely sexual favors. They want something. This guy was far away and just wanted to send me money just and necklaces and jewelry and like fine things. And it's like it's a kink. They have a fetish, and I was almost like, why wouldn't I? Like why would I not accept free money?
Would he Venmo it, or did you have to meet him? Or
no, I think I think I did the only time I like accepted money, because there's been a few of these people. I think it was 2015 or 16, and I was like, yeah, I'll take 500 fucking bucks for PayPal. Yeah, why not? You don't know my address. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I've made it clear that you will get nothing from this. Like, fans have a better chance of getting free tickets from me just writing a DM being like, I can't afford it. I'm really sorry, or whatever, than they would if they're like, I'll send you money for free tickets, because then it creates an exchange. I told this guy, you get nothing ever.
That probably turned him on.
I think it did, because
what he got is you talking about this, right? It's in your head. No, I'm not saying it's a lot. I'm just saying that's what he got. Like
he knows that I use that money.
He is in your brain.
It's
somewhere.
financial control.
Yeah.
It's just like, even like if he like bought me shoes and he sees them wear them on TV, it's like I have a part in her life. And if he doesn't have my address and he can't get me, like, why would I turn that down? That is, let me make it clear. Do not offer me these things, because I will turn it down, because I can't. That is a slippery slope. And I have had those guys in the past be like, why aren't you talking to me? Like, what? Yeah. So nothing back? And I'm like, I'm busy and we had a deal. You get nothing. I mean,
this is why Cameo exists. Like, and company and OnlyFans. It almost like Cameo is what we just were talking about, but it makes it more like legit, so it doesn't feel like you're whoring yourself out.
I told my dad yesterday, but I was talking to my parents about my act and like how they feel about me. I said I felt like a porn star a lot of times because I talk about porn. I talk pornographically on stage, and then sometimes I just feel like people are like, when I walk into a room, if they've just watched my special and it was the one in which it was highly sexual, they're almost like kind of have this nervous like boner energy around me, or they're like, keep the kids away. Like there's just a black sheep thing that some people put on me of like, you're a nasty girl, you're a bad girl. And I was telling my parents that, and they were like, you do you, Nikki. Like, it doesn't, we know you're a good person. I go, well, why is sex connotated with even being a bad person? Like, why? You don't need to say I'm a good person, because there's nothing about me talking openly about sex that should make you think I'm a bad person. And then my mom goes, I go, what if I did porn? And my dad goes, no, you're not that type of girl. And I go, what type of girl is that, Dad? And he's like, that is not just giving it away for free. And I go, who says it would be for free? He's like, putting that out there. And I go, Dad, you saying I can't do porn makes me want to do porn so bad. And not to be like, I want to make you uncomfortable, Dad, but to prove the hypocrisy of what you're saying. Like, you think that porn stars are bad people, that there's something morally corrupt about them. And of course, yes, the men involved in porn, sometimes there can be moral corruption in porn for sure. Just like in any business, like, I don't know, show business. But I almost, I've always said that I wanted to do porn because I would like to I would like to show that it's normal. And be like, oh my gosh, this girl that we all accepted on NBC is now doing porn. But then I can't do porn because I would be ostracized. The business does not allow it because being free about sex and being open with your body is a moral issue. And people just go, if you're a stripper, you're a different type. She's on the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it made me want to do porn so bad. I go, Mom, Dad, don't tell me not to do porn and they go, do porn. Do it, Nikki. We would support you because they're doing reverse psychology. Because there's something about when people go, when I know for a fact that, like, I know I'm right, being open about sex and putting it out there for the masses to consume is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I go, Dad, have you never consumed porn? So the things, these women that you're consuming the entertainment of, from time to time, he goes, well, I'm not addicted to it. I'm like, well, that's not the answer. That's not what I was asking. So it's either you're addicted to it or you don't watch it at all. Like, give me a break. People enjoy porn, but they act like porn stars are the worst people in the world. How has porn become beheading videos where the people in them are like the scourge of society? Yet,
I feel like there is a gap being bridged there, though. Like, there's this porn star, Lana Rhoades. There's a couple other porn
Never
stars.
heard of her.
She has 16 million followers on Instagram.
I get it, but like, is she in mainstream movies?
No. But my point is that she's in mainstream YouTube culture, which I know isn't.
Yeah, that's good.
But
even YouTube is separate.
But
from
she's
show
not
business.
seen as, she's actually put on a pedestal by, a lot of 18, 19-year-olds. But
And
like,
that's a type of porn, pedestal fucking.
yeah, pedestal fucking, where they
They
turn it
squat
over.
on a pedestal and
It's pretty hot.
yeah.
But
very Greek.
there are porn stars like that that are on Barstool a lot, that are seen outside of just sucking and fucking, where they're selling merchandise. They're like, whatever. They're getting brand deals. They're seen more as like, oh, these are like movie stars almost to these people. So it is starting to, I think, change the conversation.
It's very crazy to be able. That's why I'm so in awe of them. Is because I just can't believe. How could you do that? It's like It's the same as like cliff diving or those guys that flow through the air like little flying squirrels.
Yes.
And then like barely
Batman.
hit the ground. That's porn to me. That's how I look at porn stars. I'm just like, oh my God, it's so cool that you do that. I'm so glad I get to watch it.
Yes.
But I am like, I could never do that. But it's not like I'm like, I don't think cliff jumpers are bad people or like, don't have him at our family dinner party. I look at it literally the same way of like, because actually porn stars do look at sex very like, they almost look at like, it's just like the way we look at comedy or being on stage. People go, oh my God, how could you go on stage? And they're just like, they're less crazy and like weird about sex than the people that would be weird about having them at a dinner party. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Or
I
Thanksgiving dinner or whatever.
I do.
All right, let's get to why do I care?
Why do I care?
Okay, so Nick Lachey,
I know him.
he won't,
Personal friend.
He won't read Jessica Simpson's book. I lived it for use for her
Won't
version.
or can't.
Refuses to.
Audio. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he could do it the audio book.
Or the Vulture recap. Call back.
or Blinkist. Real old callback.
Oh my God, I just was checking my subscriptions like on Apple Pay.
God.
I paid $99 for a Blinkist subscription for a year. I got to get back into it. I do like it.
I do too, and I have audiobooks too. I have like 19 credits that I haven't used.
Dude. Okay, so Nick Lachey won't read Jessica Simpson's book, which by the way I heard was great. I got to read her book because I'm writing a book right now, and hers is one that everyone goes, didn't think it was going to be good, but is.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, chicken of the sea. you
Yeah.
know? And then they're like, she must be an idiot.
I
And
really
it's
like her. Of
no,
all the pop
Did you see
stars.
her latest Instagram post?
Yeah.
No.
So she's been sober for 4 years. Mm-hmm. And she put up a photo of her in 2000. It doesn't even look like you would never even know it was her if you got asked.
She had a problem.
Yeah,
too.
so-
She
Yeah.
was drunk a lot working. And
So she put up this photo, no makeup,
suicidal.
all that stuff. And
It was the day
said-
she realized that she
Yeah.
wanted to be sober.
wait, the picture that she put
Yeah.
up? Wait, I want
Yeah.
to look at it. I
You
love
wouldn't
this
even
shit.
recognize her.
Let
Really?
me pull it up for
Yeah,
you.
it's pretty incredible. She has 3 kids now. She looks so happy. I didn't, I'm not going to lie. Like, I kind of forgot about her. And then you check out her Instagram and it has like 600,000.
She's more successful than. Oh my God! This person is in the early morning of November 1st, 2017. Is an unrecognizable version of myself. I had so much self-discovery to unlock and explore. I knew in this very moment I would allow myself to take back my light, show victory over my internal battle of self-respect, and brave this world with piercing clarity. Personally, to do this, I needed to stop drinking alcohol because it kept my mind and heart circling in the same direction. And quite honestly, I was exhausted. I wanted to feel the pain so I could carry it like a badge of honor. I wanted to live as a leader does and break the cycles to advance forward, never looking back with regret and remorse over any choice I have made and would make for the rest of my time here within this beautiful world. I love this.
Yeah.
She's 4 years. I think this is a good thing. There's so much stigma around the world alcoholism or the label of an alcoholic. The real work that needed to be done in my life was to actually accept failure, pain, brokenness, and self-sabotage. The drinking wasn't the issue. I didn't love myself. I didn't respect my own power. Today I do. I have made nice with the fears, and I've accepted the parts of my life that are just sad. I own my personal power with soulful courage. I am wildly honest and comfortably open. I am free. Love you, Jessica Simpson. Listen. Like, obviously she's done it. Like so much of that is what I feel like I had last year when I stopped starving myself and dieting or abusing myself with food. It's still a struggle, much like I'm sure she still has days where she wants to drink or does something selfish or what she's saying is like drinking is not the issue. Me starving myself wasn't the issue. Me wanting to be thin wasn't the issue. It's me loving myself. And if you are abusing yourself with any substance, it's not the drug. It's not like, it's just you don't like yourself and you don't accept yourself. And it's so hard to do, but it is possible. Even though, God, I mean, 2 days ago, I could not accept myself. I was teetering on the brink of hurt. I was hurting myself with the mantras to myself. I was hurting myself in just my room being messy. I mean, I find other ways to abuse myself, even if it's not with alcohol, marijuana, or
I wonder if she
starving.
misses performing and misses singing and that was such a. I mean, I guess the big part of her life now is being a mother.
And
her clothing brand.
Putting out the book.
Billionaire.
Oh, she's.
Shoes.
Oh, really?
Jessica
She ended up
Simpson
having a
shoes.
shoe line.
Yeah.
I mean, she is more.
That's
She's
like where
richer
you-
than Britney, Christina, and all those girls, Mandy combined.
It
because
is
of her shoe.
interesting though. Like that becomes you become such a big. Yeah, if you had a brand and then you just stop doing comedy.
I just don't want to make. I don't want to make more trash for the world.
Yeah.
If I could create
like
an
Rihanna became a
app
billionaire
brand.
off of brands. Like
Yeah.
if I don't
my
know, it's just
problem. I wish I
interesting to
wanted to
me
make-
though. It's sad to me though a little bit that these they're so talented. They could put out so much amazing creative work.
But that's what she's clear. Like, I bet you will get an album from her that will probably won't sell well.
Yeah.
No offense, because it's like that music. It doesn't do like Mariah Carey just released another like Christmas song, and I just don't think it's gonna do as well, even though she's made the most popular Christmas song of all
Yes.
time. Like, but I bet her album that she makes, whether it does well or not, it won't matter. The artists that weigh their worth on sales,
Yes.
they aren't sober like she is. Like, she has done the work. You can tell where, and I'm not, if she's doing the work, and I know when I do the work, it doesn't matter. And that's almost gets in my way, like with this special coming up. I just know that if it's the worst thing I've ever put out and I bomb it and I'm totally unprepared and I totally fucked up by not preparing more. I was going to say, the guy that was going to give me notes, I said to him, I was like, I don't want to go over notes. I don't want to go over my act. He goes, you need to. And it was just like a rude awakening of like, you're right. someone needed to like slap me in the face and be like, Nikki, it's time to do the work. Like, it's looming.
Yeah.
And I feel though that if I get to that point and I record it, it was always meant to be that special. Like the fact that I didn't work on it wasn't because I was lazy. It was because I just couldn't. I couldn't. And the fact that I had to record that special with everything going on in my life that led me to not be able to prepare, that special is meant to be whatever it is. And I'm not having any regrets anymore. It's one of the chapters I'm working on for my book is dealing with regret, because when I was going through immense regret over like forgetting to say jokes, or like a one Conan interview I did where I just didn't feel like it was very good, and I was like, why didn't I say this? Oh, I could have said this joke. What? Just I remember just scouring anything for like a podcast about regret. Like, how do you get over regret? And there was like not a lot of resources for me, so I'm gonna write something about it, because I really am at the point now where I just go, it was meant to be that way. It was always going to be that way. And Kirsten the other day lost a pair of sunglasses on the way here when she flew. They like fell out of her bag at TSA. And she doesn't lose things. She's just a very organized person, and she takes care of her things. And they were like, $50 sunglasses, and she lost them. And usually if Kirsten loses something, I hear about it constantly, because she just like talks about things in her life that, especially things like that, like I lost something that is so unlike me. Like, how did, like, I would have heard about it. She didn't tell me about it for 3 days. And then she goes, oh yeah, I lost my sunglasses on the way here. She goes, but when I realized I lost them, I heard your voice in my head from the podcast saying, I was never meant to have those sunglasses. I was only meant to have them for that amount of time. They are meant to go be with someone else after that. And they weren't mine to have. They were always going to be lost in that moment. There was nothing I could have done. And that's where they should be. And I go, that's why I haven't heard you obsess over these sunglasses. Because
be easy on yourself. Yeah, I'm
so glad that got out there, because it's helped me so much. And I sometimes say things on here where I'm like, does this help anyone? Because that kind of thing helps me when I lose something, or I make I am in a fender bender or something. I'm just like, God, why didn't I just tie my shoe, and then I wouldn't have been in this exact moment? Like, these little things I could have done differently. It's like, stop it. It was, there's nothing, you didn't know. There's nothing you could have done. But you know what I can do is get to collection of cuz.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually talking to my lover last night, and
Oh God.
someone that I'm hooking up with, and
My partner.
he was saying he's never acknowledged "ka," and it's always been kind of a thing in our relationship where I'm like whenever I say "ka," he just is kind of like, okay, like it just kind of like I can tell it like is just not something he's just like accepting. And then last night he was like, I have some thoughts about "ka," and I was like, what? Like it was almost like he got down on one knee. I was like, wait, you're acknowledging "ka," and he goes, you guys need to put out a "ka" book. Like a Urban Outfitters book of like all of our submissions of the "ka's" things, and make a book of "ka's."
Yeah.
And so I think that's our first branding thing for the podcast.
I like it.
Collection of "ka's." Okay, let's hear this first one.
Okay, this first one didn't leave a name, I don't think.
Okay.
Hi, Nikki, Noah, and Andrew. I'm calling in because I have a "ka" from this weekend. So on Friday night, my friends and I went out in St. Louis, and we were with a couple guys we went to college with. And the one guy was driving us, and he was like talking about the strip club, and he was showing us his complimentary entry fees, and just like wouldn't stop talking about it, and just was like waiting for us to have a reaction, but none of us cared. None of us were giving him what he wanted, and it just felt so like we don't care that you're going to a strip club. We don't want to go. He was like, you guys don't want to go tonight? I'm like, ugh. Like, why? So
Yeah, I mean, I was in threat of being before when I told you guys my manager said I was the busiest woman in comedy, because that's a brag. But what took me out of being is the fact that I set it up as like, this made me feel really good. Like, I acknowledged why I was sharing it was like, I I'm being selfish right now.
Yeah.
If you acknowledge like how could that guy do that and avoid being cut?
I mean, he's bragging. Essentially, he's bragging about how rich he is, that he could handle this, $50 fee. He's like, if I could handle that, imagine what I could do for you. You know what I mean? Like, because my money is endless. I could have a girl ride on me, and I could come in my own pants. How cool am I?
How do you? Is there a way
To what? To do that
to show your entry cards to girls
without being
cuh?
I think you got to
You could
go.
say, "Look how cuh I am" by showing. You could even say that. You could be like, "I know this is cuh, but I'm kind of proud of this."
Or you could be
Just
like,
acknowledge.
I really, really do enjoy going to these strip clubs. I value them. I value how hard they make me.
I'm a good tipper.
I just
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to like.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
is like a black card cuh if you like throw it out like and it's like a weighted card.
Ugh.
Is there a way to use a card that's like that without being cuh?
Well, there's plenty of rich guys that you would never know have a black card. There's the guy that's like, I got it, and he like whips it out and throws it over his head, and like he makes it so obvious.
It breaks the table.
It's 6 by 6 feet. It's like a giant check. He's like, hey, can you run this? No? Well, just, I'm good for it. And then he just buys the whole restaurant. God bless you.
Bless me.
But bless me. Thank you.
That's one of my favorite things ever. You guys,
Yeah. So anyhow, but yeah, it's a.
if you call out cuh, you can do whatever you want. If you go, listen, guys, I just want to show how fucking sick and loud my engine sounds. Ready? Like, you're not cuh. You've called it out. Okay, next one.
Okay, next one comes from, I think, JD is the name.
Hi, Nikki Glaser Pod. My name's JD, daily listener. No one makes me laugh harder, so thank you guys. I just wanted to share a cuh moment since you always reference, it's been a while, the Stain reference. I have to always think now that most 90s rock is pretty cuh. I was listening to Lightning Crashes by Live, and I couldn't help but think the whole time how good that song is, and most 90s rock songs are. So just wanted to share. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, JD. I think that song's about the Oklahoma City bombing.
Lightning crashes, an old mother dies.
Can you write a cuh song about a national terroristic tragedy? Kind of. Because you know what's cuh is like, is like singing like that. Is making a choice to sing like lightning. Singing is cuh. Feelings in songs, like any kind of like, like trying to get your trying to get. Is singing cuh? Like sometimes when I listen to my own singing,
I get what you're saying though. Like there's a way that he could sing that song without that extra.
No, but like any singing. I'm talking about like any recording artist.
Well, I mean,
sings.
rap and like certain kind of singing, pop music. Their whole thing is trying to look cool.
Stand-up cuh.
Yes.
Stand-up is so cuh.
Yes.
You know what is the deterrent to cuh? Honesty.
Well, self-deprecation.
And that's what I liked about Jessica Simpson's thing, and that's a big recovery thing, is just if you're honest all the time, you will see that you have an addiction to something. Like, you aren't going to hide an addiction, so you have to deal with it. That's why, like, the first step of, like, recovery things is, like, admitting you have a problem. It's, like, getting honest. So if you're always honest, cuh cannot exist in an honest world. If you're, like, what makes everything suck is just dishonesty, is not showing your true motives or your true intentions. And that's why I love Love on the Spectrum, because they can't be cuh.
False confidence, false cockiness, ego.
Yes.
All that shit's cuh.
Yeah. I love Machine Gun Kelly, but someone sent me that clip of him with Megan Fox. I am weed. And I was like, I think it's funny. I like defended him because I like Machine Gun Kelly, and I was like, I think it's funny. And he was a little annoyed that I thought that was funny. He was like, you are like a comedian. You think that's funny? I'm like, yeah, because it's just like a funny thing to say. She said you smell like weed, and he was probably a little bit nervous. It's Megan Fox, and he was just like trying to think of the coolest thing to say, and he's just like, I am. It's just a dumb.
Yeah.
To say I am weed doesn't make any sense. And he goes, let me just clarify. You can think it's funny, but please admit it's cuh. And I was like, oh, I mean, I think that's maybe the definition of cuh. Saying I am weed is cuh.
For sure.
Right?
I mean, I think people can be and
And
be
funny.
honest and be. You could have a balance of a lot of things.
What if he is weed? Like, we don't know.
I mean, I bit him. I got a little high. MGK, dude.
I'm about to see him.
Where?
I'll tell you soon. Spoiler.
Alert.
I mean, there's actually not a spoiler. Okay, next K.
Spoilers are cool. Okay. On a car? On a Celica?
What's the point of spoilers?
To just look like you're going faster.
Honestly, what is a spoiler?
A spoiler?
To make you go faster?
When you're standing.
Aerodynamics?
It makes,
I think
makes
it's
it aerodynamic.
Okay.
You would think it would slow you down, though.
But going fast is good. Like, just to go around in circles and go fast, like, why it's only to be like, what is
Spoilers
going, I can
got
get
out
somewhere
of control.
sooner.
I mean, early 90s,
But
spoilers
literally
got
racing
up to...
and going fast is good. Because why do we need to
What's
go
the
faster?
same reason why you like porn? Why you want to do porn?
I want to come.
No, you want it. Well, that's how they can come, and mentally and physically. They go fast and they feel.
Man, I'm getting a little existential about K. Like,
Yeah.
I think almost everything is K. Okay, next one,
Okay.
Noah. Sorry.
You're going to love this one.
Oh, good.
Okay. From Rhea.
Hi guys, I love the podcast. Start every morning with it. Thank you guys so much. You're hilarious. You make me laugh every day. I have a K to report. I live in New York City, so I often run in Central Park, and I have found that male runners in general are just pretty K. I don't think they can help themselves. I think it's just something that comes with the territory. Anyway, I saw this guy one time as I was running, and he had the bottom of his shirt was pulled up and in his mouth. So it was creating like a crop top moment. Ugh. And I guess it was to show off his abs. I'm not really sure what the objective was there. But he was just running along, holding the bottom of his shirt in his mouth, creating this fashion statement. And I thought that was pretty darn good. But another thing that is good is something that I did myself. I matched with your friend Emil on Hinge a couple months back, and I really, really wanted to hold myself back from doing it, but I really couldn't. So my first message was about you, Nikki, because I'm so obsessed with you. And I hope he wasn't offended by that. But we can all be a little K sometime, I have realized.
That's not K.
All in all, thank you guys so much for making this podcast. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. What was her name?
Rhea.
Rhea. I love that. And yeah, sometimes people go, I know this is K, but like, I love you or whatever. It's like, that ain't K. Like, that's just honest. And like you have a mutual friend with Emil, me. So like, you're my friend if you listen to the show, especially daily. And especially if you are like calling out K's. So I would be mad if you didn't write Emil, hey, I know Nikki.
Yeah, you know what's K? Pretending like there isn't a connection.
Yes. That would have been K. Yes.
Being like, who's Nikki Glaser? And meanwhile, you have her like
K.
carved in your back. Like,
yes. Oh my God, that's such a good one. I have to pee so bad. Can I just go pee so fast? It's too distracting.
I do remember, like when guys put their shirt up to show their abs. It is like you can. I saw a thing, but here's the thing, and this is the only argument I'll give guys. Some people go, why don't you just use the top of your shirt? You know what I mean? To wipe off the sweat off your brow or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't show your abs as much. The top is already wet from sweat. You sweat more up top than you do towards your stomach. So to use the bottom of your shirt, yes, if you are
Well, that guy must go
fucking
running
ripped.
a lot. So doesn't he know he should take like a handkerchief or something and not just run with his shirt in his mouth?
Who runs with a handkerchief?
With a hanky?
What,
I
with
don't
a
know.
pipe? With a pipe and a hat with a feather he should run with?
I don't run. I don't know what they use.
Yeah. Why doesn't he just have a handkerchief? Nike should come out with the Nike handkerchief. Oh, do you need to blow snot? Do you need to get sweat off the top of your head? We got you covered. Noah just said, why didn't the guy that wipe the sweat off with his shirt carry a handkerchief while running?
Noah. Or a towel, but a handkerchief. No one uses handkerchiefs.
I said, what does he have, a pipe and a hat with a feather too while he runs?
And put down his jacket when there's a puddle for a nice lady out of the carriage.
Singing in the rain.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah. So I guess he was sweating. Is that why he was doing it?
Yeah, he was sweating. I was talking to
He was
Noah.
just like,
you
I've
could
done
use
that.
the top of your shirt, but it's already wet.
Right.
That's the problem.
I'm a big sweater, and when I run and I have like sweat in my eyes, I have to like pull it up and do it with like sometimes I'll take my shirt off just to get so I don't like cover up my eyes in doing it. I have to admit, like, I've been running before and don't need to take my shirt off, but I'm like, I look fucking great. And I don't go to the gym. I don't get to go to the beach. I don't go to the pool. And I kind of want to show off my body. And I can run away before anyone is like, she thinks she's hot.
Yes.
And it's just like, I'll sometimes run I sweat so much that it feels more freeing. Like it feels good too. It's not like I'm making myself more uncomfortable to show off my body, but I will not deny that showing off my body is part of me wanting to take off my shirt.
I mean, I think you deserve it. I mean, also it gives you a scapegoat of like, you're not just like walking around the park like naked, almost naked. If you're running, it like gives you workout clothes, all that shit, yoga pants.
Right.
It all makes you sexier with under the guise of, oh no, I'm just exercising.
Yeah, I mean, it's just admitting that I wanted to wear something that makes me cuter.
Yeah.
Or like, that I feel embarrassed do. I mean, I wouldn't.
Now, if you were running in
comfortable
heels,
wearing a sports bra with yoga pants just like around town.
Well, Noah says, why don't you just wear red lipstick and high heels and a summer dress while you run, Nikki?
I mean,
and a handkerchief.
Well, that's and a bonnet and a scarf around my neck. Or like I'm in
with big sunglasses
and curlers in my hair and a petticoat. Garter belt. I don't know. I'm just naming other things because those aren't comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're not good for running. But I do sweat a lot, but male runners, I absolutely think are like. I'm just like. You look crazy. You don't have enough fat on your body. What are you running from?
What are you running from?
Oh, what do you want from me? I loved that song.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
Adam Lambert.
Final thought.
Adam Lambert. I loved him. I loved a couple American Idols who had kind of one hits.
Yes.
I loved Adam Lambert. What do you want from me? I loved David Archuleta, Crush. That is honestly one of my favorite pop songs of all time. If there are any other David Archuleta Crush fans out there, just know you're not alone. But sometimes you feel alone because it is a song that no one knows. I hear it once in a while, like over the sound system at TJ Maxx.
Yes.
It is. It's a great song though, and it's about a girl, but he's came out years
he did?
later. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. David Cook.
Yes, he got a big career.
Yeah. What was his single?
I don't know, but him, the bald guy.
David Cook and I used to text each other. He was my first, I would say, celeb.
Where on?
Potential.
Facebook?
We met. I had been on Last Comic Standing. I think we were both from Kansas City. Both kind of got our start in Kansas City, and we met at God. How did we even meet? Oh, we met here in St. Louis. I was here in 2009. Mm-hmm. I moved back to live with my parents. I'd been on the Tonight Show at that point and Last Comic Standing, so I had a little bit of TV cred. He had won American Idol, I think, the year before, and we saw each other at Blueberry Hill. He was in town doing a show, and I was with my friends, and my friends went up to him and were I was like, oh my God, he's so cute, and just didn't want to say anything. But my friends, I think, went up to two of my guy friends went up to him and were wingmanned him for me or said something, and then he invited us somewhere, and then I think he was they were he's interested in you. I was like, what? And I just couldn't believe it. And I think these are the MySpace days. And I think maybe I slid in there. I don't know. But then he was then we started texting and we never met again. But I've always I remember listening to that song a lot, being I'm going to be this guy's girlfriend, projecting that
Mrs.
into the
Cook
world.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the big, it's one of those things where you just think that something's going to get off the ground and it literally never even leaves the gate. And you're you're already in Paris on vacation, and you're honey, the plane ain't taken off. You haven't even boarded. They won't let you on. Your bag is too big. Your bag is just too much. Like, what are you even thinking? Like, the places my mind will go in fantasy land with guys, or have gone in the past. Now I cut myself off from even the first step.
Yeah, you don't even get the ticket.
I don't
Paris.
even price line it.
Yeah, you don't even go to Paris.
I don't go to
at Epcot.
kayak.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good though to have those. Like, I think you have to have like these dreams to then reach something. Maybe it won't be that dream, but at least you're dreaming. Yeah, I know that sounds cheesy, but at least you're like thinking big. I
might not date David Cook, but I might date a line cook.
Yeah, who
someday
almost went to Paris during a summer between junior and senior year, but he failed out because he was addicted to Oxy.
No, I love fantasizing about boys. It used to be one of my favorite things. Did you, Fantasia Barrino, never liked a single of hers, really.
Justin Guarini, I thought was going to be bigger. Bo Bice has the best song ever, I think, on American Idol when he sings a cappella. Bo Bice. Check it out.
What did he sing a cappella?
I don't even know the name.
Daughtry. I liked him.
Daughtry.
I really liked Daughtry.
He's cool.
But no voice people. I couldn't even name a voice person.
Me neither.
Yeah. All right. Well, we covered it all.
I'll
today.
throw my teas up to the I love her. Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, that
Kelly
song.
Clarkson.
Oh, of course.
Kelly Clarkson's audition on American Idol, best audition ever.
You've never seen all of them, so you can't really say that, but the best one you've seen.
Yes.
But her winning and singing a moment like this after she wins is, even just listening to the audio of it makes me cry because she is so cute. Speaking of, I'm gonna see her very shortly too.
Jesus Christ! Is there anyone I could bring up that you don't know?
A moment like this. Oh my God! She goes, oh God, and a moment like this.
You should do that. You should do that on her show. I'm not even kidding.
Everything changes, beauty remains. Something so she does that. Something so simple.
You should do it.
I can't explain. I can sing as good as Kelly Clarkson when she's weeping uncontrollably.
Yes.
All right, gotta go. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Prosperity. Don't be cur. And
Jackson 5.
Oh my God, you're so good at that.